This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so I'm just trying to connect to the system. Okay, so yesterday yesterday I have given a just brief on the firefighter thing, right? So what is a firefighter? Okay, so what is a decentralized firefighting and what is a centralized firefighting? So I just given a brief on that. So now we'll try to see a simple things. Uh, so let me open backend system as well. Okay, so SPRO. In access control, there is something called maintain configuration settings, guys. Okay, the first one. So these are the this is a place where we give the parameters for different things. Okay, so till now we have not used it, so it was not much needed for us. Okay, coming here, for example, let's see, there will be a group. Okay, so parameter group. The first column is parameter group, and the next column is parameter ID. Next is parameter value. Okay, so here we gonna use this. If you see, emergency access management is a parameter group, and there is parameter ID 4010, and there is a role here, firefighter ID role name. So this is the role. Okay, you need to know what is the importance of this role which you are giving here. This is when I have yesterday I have said you that firefighter ID is also a normal user ID. Okay, then how does the system distinguish between firefighter ID or non-normal ID? How does system know that okay, this is a firefighter ID, okay, this is the normal ID? How does system know? So we are normally creating firefighter ID also directly in SU01, and how does system distinguish that? So for that reason, in this parameter 4010 parameter, there will be a role given here. You can change this parameter also. The role which is maintained in this parameter 4010, that role, whichever user have that role, is considered as a firefighter ID. Okay, if you are creating a firefighter ID, then you have to make sure that this role is also being assigned to that firefighter ID. Now the question is, in which system you need to create this role? So where you, in which system where you need to create this role?
Backend.
Hello? So in the backend system. So we need to create this in the backend system. Okay. So let's quickly go and check. Let's quickly go and check which users have already this. That means I just want to check agr underscore users. I'll just give this role execute. So there is one user ID which has already this role. Okay, so that means there is one firefighter ID already created in this system. There is a role which is already given. Okay, this can be used as a firefighter ID now. You guys are getting?
Yeah, yes, hello.
Okay, so now the now next thing is, how do I request for firefighter ID? Now that I have created the firefighter ID, okay, once I create the firefighter ID, I have to set up the owner and controller, right? So how to create the firefighter ID is done. So we have to create the firefighter ID in the backend system. Whatever the sensitive access you have, you need to give that to firefighter ID. Along with that, you have to make sure that the parameter 4010 is there, right? In that, whatever role is there, that you have to give it to that firefighter ID. Then only system GRC considers it as firefighter. So once you are done with that, you have to assign the firefighter owner and controller, right? For that, actually, that user should be synced. That user should be synced with our system, okay? Or else that user won't be available in the GRC system. Okay, so where you assign the owner and controller for the firefighter ID, you assign that in the GRC system, right? So if you are creating the firefighter ID in the backend system, to get that firefighter ID into the GRC system, you have to run the user sync job. That means repository sync job. Okay, if you're not running that, okay, I'm just quickly checking whether that particular user is already synced or not. If it's not synced, okay. So here I can see that GRAC user con. I'll tell you guys all the GRC tables as well. Okay, what are all GRC tables, important tables which you need to remember. Okay, GRAC user con. User con is this is the table where all the user details will be synced for each connector. Okay, so whatever users are there for that connector, all that users will be stored in this particular table. Here you can see that for this uh, connector ID 7300, this ID is already there. That means it's already synced. That means I can use this as firefighter in the GRC system. So the first two steps. The first step is I have created the firefighter ID and assigned that role uh, in the backend system. And now I have ran the sync job so that my firefighter ID is available. Okay, now I have to go to NWBC. So if you guys remember, while we're creating mitigation owner, okay, so first we need to define them as the owners. Okay, in the same way here also, first we need to define a person as a owner. It can be firefighter owner, firefighter controller, whatsoever. First you need to define them. For that you need to come to access owners. In that there is access control owners. Have to come here. Here create. So here give grc enst1. Here you give as firefighter ID owner, firefighter ID controller, firefighter ID controller. So that means the same user can be used as firefighter ID owner and firefighter ID controller now. You got it? Okay, I'm saving this now. Owner already exists. It says owner already exists. So I just open this firefighter ID owner. As it is already mitigation owner and mitigation approver, it says owner already exists. Firefighter ID controller. Save. Okay, so now I have assigned the owner and not. I have defined the owner and controller. Now my next step would be, okay, now my next step would be, I need to assign this particular owner and controller to my firefighter ID. How do I do that? So in this emergency access management, there is something called owners. If you can see here, you can assign the owners to firefighter IDs, and here you can see controllers. Here you can assign controllers to the firefighter IDs. First we're getting to owners. So click on assign. So select the owner ID. So I can see only the owners which I have already defined as owners, guys. So if I have not defined anything there, I can't see anything here. So please make sure that you guys first define that. Now owner is done. Now I need to assign the firefighter ID. Which firefighter ID? Let's see our firefighter ID is there or not. So this is the firefighter ID. Ideally, so this is the place I was telling. How does system know? Now GRC system should throw us the firefighter ID here, right? See, it is coming here. Now, how does it coming? How does it is coming here? Because two things. First thing, sync job has been ran. Okay, for that connector, sync job has been run so that that user ID is visible here. After, even the sync job is ran, how come other IDs are not appearing here? Because other IDs do not have that particular one role. Only this ID, if you check in the we have AGR users, we have checked it, right? Only this particular ID has that role. That's the reason only this one is appearing. Are you guys following me?
Yes, Trilok.
Okay, now I have assigned the firefighter. Okay, firefighter ID. Now if I save that, he will be the owner for this firefighter ID. Okay, now in the same way, I'll go and assign controller as well. Assign, same guys, again the same thing. So I'm giving the same user as owner and controller. You guys can give different as well, no problem. Okay, in our system we'll see ID 7. There is only one firefighter ID. Okay, this is important now. Here there is something called notification by. What is the job of controller, guys? So what does controller do? What is the job of controller? Any idea? What is the job of controller? So once the log is generated, right, that log has to reviewed by controller, right? So firefighter log will be generated. Okay, once the user uses the firefighter ID, every time he uses, the log will be generated. Once he uh, once the log is generated, that log will be sent to the controller, and controller has to review it, right? You guys, you guys are with me? Hello?
Yes, Trilok.
Yep. So now controller has to review that. Okay, so here there is something email log workflow on log display. How should the system notify the controller? Okay, if you guys remember, there is a process ID for control log review. If you enable that process ID, okay, then automatically automatically controller can get the log through the workflow, and he has to go to his work inbox and he has to approve that. Or else email, if you select email, every time there is a log generated, um, that log will be sent to the controller through email. Log display, there will be no communication sent, so but log will be generated. A controller will have access to display the logs. Okay, for now I am selecting this. Okay, save. So are you guys clear till now? So I have created the firefighter ID, we have ran the sync job, and we have defined the owners and controllers, and we have assigned that owner and controller to the firefighter ID. Is this clear, guys?
Yes, Trilok.
So now we need to assign this firefighter ID to the user. Okay, how do we assign that? So if you want to assign a firefighter to the user, we can come here and assign. There is firefighters, right? Here you can assign. Here you can assign. Go to assign and do that. Or else the other way, right, is through access request form. If you want to go through approvals, if we want to use the workflow for the assignment of the firefighter ID, then you go to access request, test. Here there is something called super user access. Okay, super user access. This super user access is responsible for firefighter. Okay, once I select this super user access, if I click on add, here you can see add firefighter ID. Okay, so if I click on this, I can select the firefighter ID. I can select the firefighter ID. Now I can submit this. Okay, and now this would follow the workflow as per our BRF plus initiator rule. I have not defined a path for this. If you guys remember, we have defined in the BRF plus, we have given 01 and 04, new user and lock user, right? You guys remember?
Yes, Trilok.
So we have not given this. We have not given this particular. So I will try to give that as well, and I will enable the workflow. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go to my select my initiator rule. So I have just tried to copy my initiator rule and now open BRF plus. So my applications here, function demo. So here I'll just edit this and add another one. So I need to know what is the request type number. Super user is 6. So if you select the action, right here, action is, you can see super user access. This should be if you select this super user access, and if you click on action, you can see super user access. This should be the action. Okay, it is 6, right? So what I'll do is I'll give it as that value input. I'll give as 006. Okay, so I don't want to give another value, so I'll just give again new user path only, so that this is already linked to the path there's no need to change anything in MSMP now. Save, activate. Okay, this is activated. Great. Now if I access request, now if I submit this details. So as per the workflow, it has to go to the manager once I submit this. So if you guys can change it also. So if you want to, if you want it to go to the owner, firefighter owner, you can do that. Okay, you can create a new path. Okay, okay, we'll do one thing. Wait. So we can do one thing. We'll try to create a new path itself. So I'll just create a new path so that it has to go to the firefighter owner. My requirement is till now everything was going to manager, right? This request has to go to the Firefighter owner is responsible for whether he can assign it. So I'm getting into change mode. So I'll create a new path now, guys. Add z demo underscore spm path. SPM is nothing but or if you guys want, you can use EAM itself, emergency access management path. Path 3 EAM. Now I'll define stage, add stage sequence 1, stage configure ID. We want to select I'll just give us EAM owner. It's not there. Okay, I'll just give EAM underscore owner. EAM owner. So show details. So here I need to give the agent ID. Agent ID is the firefighter owner. So firefighter owner is, here it is, GRACSPM owner. Select this and save. Now stage configuration ID is EM owner, okay, and the agent is SPM owner. Okay, now I'll just try to generate first. I'll just now you guys has to tell me the process. Now I will change it here. I'm changing it direct value input. I don't want EAM path. Okay, save and activate. So now this EAM path should be linked to the our path which I have created right now. You guys are following me?
Yes, Trilok.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes, True.
this path, this trigger value EAM path should be linked to our new path which I have created. That I have to do in the sixth step, maintain route mapping. Before that, I need to define the rule values. For example, here, if I come back to our initiator rule, where is our initiator rule? Okay, this initiator rule. So here there is result values. There is only two. I have to add another one. Another one now will be EAM space path. EAM path. Okay, now I need to save this. And now I come back to maintain route mapping. Here I need to add rule ID, our initiator rule. Okay, rule result value. So I can see the third one because I have added it there. Path. What is the path which I have created right now? Demo EAM path. Perfect. So now save and activate. MSMP results in table contain errors. What is that? Version could not be generated. MSMP processes configuration tables contain errors. What is the error? This is now define it right. So initiator rule save activate again. This is our user em path log path. This is good. Intent paths. This is also good. Here we have not done any changes. Here also. What the? Mhm. Checking the definition of agent GRSC ended MSMP. Checking current configuration of process. You guys any change anything in SPRO? You guys? MSMP process version table contains errors. Hmm. Okay. Give me a minute, guys. I need to just check. I believe there should be some changes done in SPRO which is affecting this. I don't know what is that changes. So actually, then we need to come back from beginning. Everything should be right. So that's for the reason. So we don't in real time, right? So we don't give access to SPRO configurations to anyone except the admin. So if you change something there, right, complete this will be affected. Everything will be affected. Okay. So now I just I'm just quickly checking what might be the issue. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Okay, so now this is activated. I'll just I'll just quickly submit the request. Let's see. If I submit this request now, so request is submitted. So if you 18, right? So if you go and search for that request, search request, 18, instant status, in process, AM owner. So path has been selected. If you guys observe here, the path has been selected. So approvers are not coming up. Here we have to get the owner, EAM owner, but path has been selected. So once now the request will go to GRC owner, firefighter owner, and he has to approve that. Then he will be able to see that request. This is the workflow, guys. Now this is one way to assign the firefighter ID to user. Other way is, as an admin, I can just directly go and update it without any workflow also. How to do that? So I have to come here. Where is it? Okay, so firefighters, select this, assign. Um, you need to give the firefighter. That means I'll just give GRC ENST1. This is the firefighter, guys, not firefighter ID. Firefighter is the person. uh, ID7. Okay, I'll just use another one. This is already assigned as a controller. Controller. Okay. So here we have validity also, guys. By default, validity will be for 3 days. Okay, so if you want to change it, you can change it. If you want to give the firefighter only for 1 day, you can just change it and save. Once I save, this firefighter is assigned to that user ID in the system inst2. Now, how does he use the firefighter ID? So there are two ways: decentralized firefighter ID and centralized firefighter ID. If you guys remember, what is decentralized firefighter ID? Decentralized firefighter ID is the user can log into the backend system and open one T code. He can see the firefighter ID. And centralized firefighting means he can log into the GRC system and then use the T code. Then he would be able to see all the firefighters which have been assigned from different systems. Here we have assigned only one firefighter ID, but still we'll see both. I'll first log in through GRC through inst2 because I have assigned that to inst2, right? So I'm just continuing, guys. You guys will be logging out now. The transaction code is for transaction code for centralized firefighting. GRAC underscore EAM, GRAC underscore SPM, both. Anything will work. If I go to GRAC underscore EAM, see, this is how it looks, guys. Are you able to see enough? So once the firefighter is assigned to that user, now firefighter will be ID will be visible here. Firefighter ID system status is green. What do you mean by status? It means if the same firefighter ID if the same firefighter ID is assigned to multiple people and one of them is already using that firefighter ID, then you will not be able to use it. Then that time it will be red. That means someone is used by. And if you observe, the next column is firefighter ID used by. Now it is empty because no one is using. So if someone is using, you can see that. So firefighter can be assigned, ID can be assigned to multiple people, can be used at one point by only one user. Okay, how to log into this? So just click on login and it will ask for reason code and all. Okay, so there is no reason code given. So we have to maintain the reason codes. NWBC we have to. So what is the reason? We have to maintain. Here drop down is empty, right? So we have to maintain that in MSMP. Let's see if it logins without reason code. So reason code is mandatory. So now I'll just quickly go back to NWBC. And here there is something called reason codes. If you guys can see, we need to define reason codes here. So reason codes, what might be the reasons? So okay, create. These are all there, right? Active. Why these guys is not appearing? Guys, give me 1 minute. Oh, it's already. Okay, I'll see about that reason codes. Once so this is where in the backend system, GRC system, right? So that sync has to happen again. So I'm not sure. I can just work on that. Why reason codes are not coming? So once I click on log on here, I need to just give the reason codes which I have defined there. Those are all will be appearing. and if I click on enter, I will directly, this is a GRC system, right? But I will directly get on to the ID7 system, ECC system, and I'll get on to the ECC system, and the user ID will be my firefighter ID. I can do whatsoever with that, and I can close that, and then I can see the log generated, and the log will be sent to the work controller. So that would be the second part. So we'll see that in the tomorrow's class. I'll check the reason code why it's not appearing. All that I'll just check, and I'll get that. And tomorrow we'll see. Uh, we'll use one firefighter ID and we see how the log is generated, where we can see the logs, and how does controller can review the logs. Okay, so you guys have any doubts till now?
Not Trilok.
Okay, so tomorrow we'll see the controller part. We'll use the firefighter ID and we'll generate the log, and we'll see how the controller approves it. Okay.
Trilok one.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah, yesterday I asked regarding
So
301.
your voice is breaking.
No, yesterday actually, I asked a question regarding H01 troubleshooting.
Okay. Yes.
No, actually, default user ID GST GRC INST4 it is being selected. I want to use another user. In general settings, I'm there, but it is not getting saved. Can you check it?
You can just give the user ID. Whom
Uh,
you want to trace, you just give it here, and
no, which you have logged into which user ID? This one?
INST4, right? INST2.
INST. Can you log in into INST4? Because here in
Whatever the
last change,
system,
this bug
whatever
is
the system, it's the same. Now I am in INST4, so I
no,
am
no.
going to
Actually, because
ST01.
default. No, sir. No, Trilok. Here actually we have menus, not trace components. Last change. Hello.
Oh yes.
Last change in that box. In that box, default it is GRC INST4. Even if I in general filters, if I apply another user ID also, it is taking trace for that user only.
No, I'm not getting what you're saying. Why you are
In
bothered about
GRC,
last change?
no, no. In last change, actually we'll be setting filters. In general filters, we'll be giving the user ID on which we need to perform the trace, right?
If you click
In
on
general
general
filters,
filters,
yes, there
trace
will
for
be giving
user.
the user ID on which we need to.
For example, I am giving
That user ID
GRNST,
will be giving.
INST1.
Yes, GRST INST1.
Okay. Okay, now I will save and I will switch
Yeah,
on the trace
okay,
matrix.
you are saving. Here it is okay, but if I log into GRST INST4,
I am
even if
already
I'm
in
giving
GRSA.
user.
I am already in GRSA INST4.
But yesterday maybe it is only selecting the default user which I given. Whatever user ID that I'm giving in filter, that it is not selecting.
How do you
Can
say
you
that
log in
it's
into
not
INS?
selecting? Your
In
voice is
last
breaking.
change here, okay, just cancel it. Here in last change, actually that user ID will be displayed now once the trace is on.
See, let
Once
me
you are
tell you.
selecting the user
First,
ID,
first question. First question. So
mm,
you're giving the user ID here. Trace for user ID.
yes,
Which user ID you are
you
giving?
give a user. Okay, you give user ID Tata TATA Tata
This one.
user one.
Okay.
You give that.
Okay. I'll just click on save. So now
Okay,
if I
yeah.
switch on the trace, The trace works for that user. That's it.
Okay,
Why you
switch on
bother
the
about
trace
last
once.
change?
No, you switch on the trace once.
I have switched on the trace. Trace is on.
See, on. Okay, now
Okay.
you just go to Tata user one and perform one action.
Okay. What is the password?
In ECC, that is.
In ECC. How can you put a trace in GRC and that is in GRC system or ECC system?
No, no, that is in ECC only. That is not in
Okay,
GRC.
I have put the trace in GRC. Okay, switch off the trace.
Okay, you just check it in ECC.
Oh, what is the issue? You are telling you are seeing the last change date. You don't need to see the last change. Last change will be GRSC INST4 because you are changing the trace, right? You are putting the trace.
That will look. See, once you log in into ECC with the user ID GRC ING4 and switch the trace.
Okay. Okay, let me log in to CC. What is the password?
Which one?
Tata
User
user
ID.
one password. Password? Tata user
Password
one.
one. Password one. Yes, password one.
Okay. I am already into this.
You have switched on the
I'm
trace.
I'm I'm
Okay.
switching on the trace now. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm performing SU01. Which access you are given to this? To Tata
Okay,
user.
SU0 you just give it. I did not give that.
Huh?
Yeah, you give SU0. It will not. You give SU0 because I did not give that access.
Okay, so it's not working. So I switched off the trace. Go
Okay.
to
Oh,
analysis.
okay.
Here I'll
Hmm.
give Tata user one. I'll just remove these timings and execute. See, ST code RC4 SU01 it's missing. So these are all failures. RC equal to 4. Why? I don't have SU01 access. It's working, right?
Yes, actually,
Your voice is breaking
D,
again. Your voice is breaking.
one second. One second. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Yesterday, actually, even when I save yesterday when I save this Tata user one, when I switched
Okay.
on the trace with using this ID, it is not saving. It is only saving the default user GRC INSD4 it was saving.
That's what I am asking you. How do you know that it is saving GRSC NST4?
Because when I switch off the trace and when I check it, it is showing no records found for my Tata user one. When I perform these activities also,
Just remove this time. Just remove this time. It,
I've
because
removed the
sometimes
time also. I removed the time also and I've checked it.
okay, just follow the same steps which I have followed. So check
Hmm.
authorization check here.
No,
Have
no,
you checked this?
is there? Yes, I checked it. I checked all the options. Defaultly, this because when I again perform with the default user, I'm getting this log. Is there
See,
any option to set default like?
see, I have performed right in front of you right now.
Yeah, I
Okay.
understood. I now I understood. But
So there is
yesterday
no other
it's
setting.
defaultly.
There is There
no
is
setting.
no other settings. There is no other settings. You just come here and give the user and save this. If you have any
Hmm.
doubt, just go back to general filters. This user should be here
Yeah,
after
yesterday
saving
I've
it.
seen same user which I've given that was there, but when I'm switching off the trace and when I'm doing the analysis, there it is showing no records. Even I've changed before date also I've given 1 day before
Okay.
date also I've given.
Can can you just try one more time today?
Hmm.
And if it's not
Yeah.
working, tomorrow you can just share your screen and we can see what's happening.
Okay, done.
Okay. Sure, fine. Done.
Okay, done. Fellow.
Anything else? Yes.
Yeah, nothing, Mr.
Okay, fine. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you. Bye.